Hello. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Sup, chat? Welcome to another episode of Burning Crowns. Yay! You're supposed to say yay.
Yay!
Yeah.
Don't worry. You'll be more excited in a minute.
Yeah. So, I'm Eric, your Gamemaster. Responsible. Oh, does Burning Wheel doesn't really have an agenda, does it? Doesn't really. I'm responsible for taking my other players' beliefs and raking them over the fires and seeing, do you really care about this? Renounce, recant, as I torture you like an inquisition, existentially. That's what I do. This is existentialist dungeon porn. So welcome. Hope you're ready for that. And we're doing it. This dungeon porn is set in a right now it's set into an urban intrigue political game of noble houses, a regent, and eventually we might get back to building our own kingdom. But right now we're having a lot of fun hanging out uptown.
Politicking.
So, yeah, politicking.
Slumming it with rulers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure that's slumming it, but okay.
Oh yeah, it is. And
It is with Mason.
we're slumming it.
Yeah.
It is with Mason. Mason's
Fair.
just throwing up in people's laps, so...
Yep.
Yeah. Great. So, speaking of Mason, Daniel, Niren, hey, how are you?
Just fine. Now. Had a rough weekend. All better. So,
Yeah.
doing quite fine. Unfortunately, having a rough weekend also meant delaying our Masks game, so sad about that. I tweeted it to all the 7 followers I have, and I realized that that's not nearly as many people as to subscribe to my channel, so I should do something about that outreach thing.
Yeah. Help me out more. Give me links I can share and tweet, and I can tweet that stuff.
Well, you could, of course, tweet me at Daniel Akbas, that is Daniel, AKBAS.
Yeah.
Or I could drop it into your chat, nice and easy.
Are you permitted? You should be permitted. I hope you're permitted. If you get time now.
I'll permit him real quick.
There it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a thing you could do.
There you go.
Wanted to chill out in this space where nothing happens.
Yeah. So, Masks. Masks are a great game. I'm
Masks
glad you're
is a
playing
great
Masks.
game. Teenage angst has never been more superheroic.
Yes. So, that's great. Masks is on my list of games to play eventually.
It flows really well.
Yeah. Speaking of games to play eventually, Sam. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. What's up?
Not a lot. I've been playing some games, playing a lot of Shardbound. Anyone who hasn't heard about it should go look it up. It's a lot of fun. AP is not having quite so much fun with it, but that's okay. I think I've heard it described in pretty well as Fire Emblem meets Hearthstone. Yeah, it's fun. I've also been losing a lot in XCOM, which is also fun, but in a very different way. And I'm super excited to play some Burning Wheel. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, awesome. Great. I'm excited to GM. So that's a pretty good pairing. Now, AP. What's up, man?
Listen, Eric, do you mind if I drop a sick beat real quick?
Yeah.
Because
Want to be real a second for just 1 millisecond?
before the show, I believe that you said it would be amazing if someone took the Gallivant theme song and turned it into the story of Ronald Swan. I only have a couple of verses here, but I can lay down the track for you.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Oh my
You
god.
ready? Way back in days of old, there was a tale untold about a nobleman named Ronald Swan. Drunkard with pitch black hair, resources out to there. There was no noble quite like Ronald Swan. Rich plus every other noble value. His friends accuse him of being shallow. Hey, he wants to rule in every way. A Game of Thrones cliche. And people called him Chosen One. I didn't finish the second verse, but here we go. This count we're speaking of. He finally fell in love. And the queen was one fair maiden. Long hair and dominant. Her chest was prominent. Open hell and throw the whole country in. True love was never this pragmatic or crazy, insane, dramatic. That's the last line I got. I only have like 10 minutes.
Oh my god, dude, get Persona. Just fucking take it. Just take it.
I'll take it.
Holy shit.
Bravo.
So fucking good.
Holy shit, dude. That's amazing.
I have my rhyming dictionary open. That helps me a lot. I can't rhyme for shit.
Oh my god.
So good.
We're gonna clip that and turn it into the Burning Crowns promo.
Yep.
Well, that was a mistake.
We're gonna get okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna get Zonalog to animate Count Ronald Swan dancing, and you're gonna sing that, and we're gonna put the track over it. It's gonna be done. We're done.
Yes.
This is what we did.
Perfect.
Oh my god, that was so good. Game of Thrones cliche. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Amazing. Seriously, no. You're in Persona. Like I don't know what that goes under, but that's Persona. Just take it. Just fucking.
I assume I got humor for this session.
It's the extraordinary humor clause.
Yeah, that's extraordinary.
I worked hard on that. It's been a good week. I had some good shows.
That was good.
Winter's Edge, Grand Company, the Winter's Edge sequel. I got 3 of the 4 players signed on for it, so that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Cool.
Just waiting to hear back from the 4th person.
Yeah, working on it. Nice.
They're a little, I'll leave it at that. They're a little,
yeah.
They've never done an extended campaign before, so.
I hear you. Well, it's hard to ask people to commit for a long-term thing.
I know. And that's why when I had 3 for 3 so far, I was like, damn, I'm on fire.
Yeah.
For sure.
I hear that. It's really hard to, like, I don't know. It's really hard to, like, ask people for those types of commitments, especially if you don't really know them. It's like one of those streaming things.
Also, just, like, in general, like, I don't know about, like, you people, but for me, it's like, oh, can you commit for the next 15 weeks? It's like,
yeah.
I don't
do you want to join my competitive softball league? It's going to require a year and a half's worth of games. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That is an extremely awkward I don't look forward to getting there myself, like with future shows, because I have a Burning Wheel game that I play and don't record. And we can just change players whenever. It's like, so 2 players had to back out. Well, that's fine. Let's introduce these 2 completely different, unrelated characters. Just kind of write yourself in a way that makes sense to the situation. We'll wing the rest. But you can't do that with a show. It's just not. It doesn't work. So it's like,
no.
Can you account for life, please, for the next?
Yeah.
Especially because like it's a show and it's like no one here is getting paid. So like. This is all
paid and fun.
Yeah, we're getting so it's.
Oh god, that's worse than getting
exposure. So let's put on our gaming caps, and let's jump in. So let's talk about our characters' beliefs today and what we have written down, because that's important. If this is your first time seeing Burning Wheel, this is where all of the love gets channeled from. All our characters' beliefs. This is how we get those sweet Persona points, unless you are AP and can create just literally on the fly amazing rhymes. Let's go over
Rhymezone.com, everyone. Rhymezone.com.
Nice. That's our sponsor of the week today. So, when you're done building your own website with Squarespace, check out No. Okay. So, no, Ronald, go ahead. Drop it.
Well, here's my beliefs. I actually wrote all of them at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
So I haven't worked with my other players at all. I selfishly prejudged all of mine. Here we go. I must convince the queen that lurking in Abigail's shadow is nothing compared to being the light against Abby's darkness. A queen of beauty and radiance, justice and commonwealth. I will convince her to show true strength. There is a solid platform of a relationship with the Levitons. I need to secure not just Dame Sorona's permission, but her enthusiastic support, my hiring of mercenaries, second sons, and free troops.
Yeah.
The time of Swan as the primacy of Rogarvia has come. It is time to give gifts of influence and money to key Rogarvian houses to sway them in preparation for my inevitable showdown with Darren Manning. And I am responsible to the people.
Yes. Perfect. Okay.
I can go.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't know anything about this demon summoning thing yet. So I'm waiting to appropriately be shocked as Demetrius for that to come.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with making dramatic irony beliefs.
No, yeah, but I figured I'll
Boy,
say
I really
other things I need to take care of.
Yeah, I love Mason as a person. I really hope he's not into demon shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great belief. 'Cause, or like I have a precious secret. I hope my players don't find out. Or my friends find out. That would ruin me for sure.
Do something awkward.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably replace one of these beliefs if I complete them today with something to do with that. But for now, I've got only the strong wall shelters humanity from the storm. Abadar has rewarded my faith. I must not let the bureaucrats in his church weasel out of this. They shall formally declare me the Lord's prophet, and Swan his chosen. We just didn't really quite get to that last week.
Oh, this is great, man. We're gonna have some like religious House of Cards shit going on. Like you're like the majority whip and like trying to get people in line with you. Oh, that's gonna be great. That's a good belief. Thank you for that. We're gonna have fun today.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then we've got, it appears my cousin is quite taken with Count Swan. I will ensure that this blessed union between our houses goes smoothly and uncontested, which may be the demon belief. And then last but not least, Elena Lebeda is a perfect match. I must ensure that we move swiftly to a formal betrothal. The first step is getting my cousin and the family on board. And in both those cases, my cousin is the queen.
Yeah. That's okay. Great. And Mason.
Yeah, hi. So, I have the beliefs. In my journey of self-discovery, I have now stepped onto a path. The treachery of mortal men pales in comparison to the machinations of eternal beings. I will find law pertaining to these creatures whom I strive to conjure up. Yes. Second belief, it is folly to strive to carry the world on your own. Natala hopes hell will secure her hegemony before the king's mood. This is going to be a dangerous year. I need an instructor for the task at hand. And the third belief, secrets are the blood of mystery. Mystery is the root of fate itself. The North Tower is mine. From this trove of secrets, I shall uncover law pertinent to my investigation of the vanishing.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. So, what was the last scene we did last week? Do you remember? It was finishing up the securing of your dating, right?
No, it was the tower.
Yeah,
it was the demons in the tower. Okay, cool. So then I think we should probably start with let's go back to AP and let's start with a scene with Count Ronald Swan. You still wanted to talk.
Listen, if we're starting with me, I would love to be in a room with that guard who Mason set the rats on.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That's see, I remember I made a mental note. So this is helpful hint to the GMs out there. When players declare that they want some stuff like that, instead of just saying, "Oh, I'll remember that," write it down. Just write it down. So that's right. I remember I had a mental thing being like AP wanted something, but I didn't remember what it was, and that's what it was.
I wanted to get a really easy intimidation test. That's what I wanted.
All right, cool. So that's where we start, right? So to intimidate him, are we like in your
We're in my private room in the castle.
Okay.
I've got like a bag of money on the table.
Can you make a roll? Okay, I'm going to need you. This is actually going to be contest worthy, and there's a reason for this. All You're going to need to get him here to find you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you're going to have to basically pull some weight to have him come see you.
So circles?
Yeah, I think it's going to be circles.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about here the consequences of the failure here would be that someone else got to them first.
Yeah,
and someone else is going to show up.
Yeah, can I even?
Because you have enemies, and like anytime, like basically the idea is that because this is a dramatic show, their Machiavellian plans are going to mean that they show up.
I know they're not as straightforward as Ronald. It's okay.
Right. Okay. Some Xanatos shit.
I mean, I don't suppose I can call upon my Bravoyan nobility for the circles.
No,
No, it's
because
just gonna
this is yeah.
So
actually,
circles.
can you actually do an opposing circles test for influence? You can do that, right? Basically,
think there
can
is a
you
basis.
outsway the machinations of Orlovsky? Is kind of the question that I have for you.
That would be interesting.
Right? You know what I mean?
I would say it would be more appropriate to boost the ob of the circles test as opposed to have it versus circles test.
If you're gonna do that, remember to pull apart the intent, the task, and the fallout of what you're doing. If the question is that the Orlovskis get to them first, that is a more appropriate result for a what if you fail, or a what.
Oh,
what
that was the telegraph of the failure. Yeah. I was stating the failure condition. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's what.
Can I help? I have big circles.
Yeah, you could totally. I mean, I'm not the one who. It's possible. It's up to AP. AP has to
I was more asking AP.
I would take the help. Yeah. Because I only have 3 circles. If I don't have anything else I can call on here. My affiliations are all with nobility.
You don't have. Yeah, you don't have a relationship with anyone in the castle yet.
Nope.
The reason I can help here. This is a non-noble, so normally I wouldn't be able to help. But I took the city priest life path.
Oh, I actually have city life path as well.
So since I was in the city, that does extend my circles into the city, and so
so this is going to be a +3 ob to it for right here, right now in the middle of trouble.
Jesus Christ!
So I think it's going to just be an ob 4.
Whoa! Wait, I've been waiting to meet with this guy for days.
Oh, then let's drop it down one. No, but the tension, the heat involved here will still probably ramp it to this.
Wow, it looks like I'm gonna fail this. All right, let's go ahead. I got 4 dice.
Yeah, and I'm helping.
You have a persona. You sung.
I'm not spending persona on circles. That's dumb. I absolutely need my persona for 10,000.
Can you help with your reputation? You have a reputation, right?
I have 3 reputations: the Charter, the Sword of the Stolen Lands, and the Brevoyan Nobility.
We're hiring people for the Stolen Lands.
That's not a bad.
No, you just want to. This is an informal meeting, as you described.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not trying to hire this guy. I'm trying to scare the shit out of him.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. What's the ob? 3, 4?
4.
4. Just need 4 successes on 4 dice.
Wow,
I almost got it.
Literally almost got it. Okay. So I think you're gonna. So the guy shows up, but he's going to come here with some pretty bad tidings.
What's his name, Gamemaster?
Yeah. Okay. He should have a pretty Lipton. I like Lipton. All right. So this guy do we give a formal title for the group that runs the house, or not House Ortova, but like the guards of the castle? Remember how they're like Rogarvian? I mentioned how like the seneschal and stuff like that. It's like they are caretakers of the castle and not necessarily part of any house.
Think we gave them a name.
The castle is the Ruby Fortress, right?
Yeah. So let's just say the Ruby Guardians.
The Ruby Guardians, the Ruby Sentinels.
The Ruby Sentinels. Yeah, the Ruby Wardens. Fuck yeah. All right.
So
he's a Ruby Warden. Sorry, what's up?
Are they guards or are they like servants and whatnot?
Both.
Okay.
They're kind of like everything.
Yeah.
They're probably Surtovan house guard that have been uplifted to Ruby Guardians because they are the ones sitting in the castle, right?
So the Ruby Guardians are kind of like the King's Guard, where they respect the position and not so much like necessarily the throne. They are like they're like an independent group, right? So like Surtovans absolutely have their own house guard here too, right? It's just like this is just another group that's part of the castle that's always kind of been here since Coral.
And
right?
yeah, it sounds like it would be a role in the future to see if there are loyalists to one side or the other.
Yeah,
within
absolutely.
the
Right.
so.
They're notoriously neutral because they don't want, you know what I mean, because of their predicament, and that's what makes them live.
They're sworn to be right?
Here.
If
Right?
they're sworn to the dragon scale throne, then
yeah, exactly. That's the idea, right? Exactly. Okay.
Cool.
So Lipton shows up. He looks very nervous, that's all. He just looks very nervous, and he's like, "You wanted to see me, Your Eminence."
Sit down. What's your name again?
I think he's like, I can explain.
Sit down.
Okay. Yes.
Why don't you explain?
And I think he kind of goes off saying like, these rats, like, I don't. Mason is a very powerful person. They are very they had no secrets, and they commanded the rats, and I wasn't ready for that. I'm sorry. I should have stayed, but I've never seen a torrent of rats as angry like that before. You should have saw their eyes. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen, me lord.
Young man.
He's like keeps like looking behind him, like he's like terrified of rats now, of like seeing a rat again. He's like, they're in me dreams. They're in.
Young man, there were no rats. You were completely mistaken. You were drinking that night, and right now you're in this meeting to be properly admonished for your failures. You will return to your guard captain and tell them what you have admitted here to me, that you were drinking and that you've already paid the price for it.
What was the price?
Doesn't matter, young man. It doesn't matter what the price was. This is a bag of gold. You're going to take it and you're going to be drunk. You understand? You were drunk.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just gonna keep getting closer to like, you were drunk.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So I think this is extort, right?
I was trying to go for intimidate with the money as being like a helping die.
You're offering him hush money.
Yeah, I'm not extorting him because I don't want money.
No,
from
that
him.
is it. Oh, that's true.
Extort is about acquiring money, not giving.
Yeah,
it
not
away.
the other way. So you're bribing.
I could see it. I could see it if you want to like
alternative rats. That's good.
I could see it as being either if you want to make it a linked test with resources and intimidation, or just if you just want to make an intimidation test. Yeah.
Or it's even like an ugly. I think ugly truth would be pretty.
I could ugly truth this if you want me to do that instead.
All right, yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, no, actually, yeah, manipulation would probably be better.
I think intimidation is appropriate.
Okay.
Intimidation is also good for this one.
With a cash die of money is the idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to do you want me to resources up a cash die?
No.
All right, that's good because
I
definitely
your resource is so high. It's so high that it doesn't matter.
I'd like to do that.
It's presumed that you have that.
No thanks, buddy. Listen, you can get in on when I do a cash die later. Just go by that bank.
Yeah.
All right.
I need routine tests.
And you're doing. Can you remind us again why you're trying to convince this guy that it wasn't rats?
All right. My intent is to clear Mason's name as like an evil rat sorcerer. I want everyone to just believe that Mason is a regular old non-evil, non-rat based sorcerer.
Yeah, that seems really hard because everyone knows they're a sorcerer.
So cute. Come on.
This is the only guy. All their evidence comes from this guy, and if I can get him to be like, I was drunk.
That's not true.
Who else saw him summoning rats?
It's not. It's just you're facing whispers. Like he has a reputation of a sorcerer, right?
Okay, so Mason has to honor their stats. Mason has a local reputation with the people of the fortress at the trading post of being a sorcerer, and they have.
You don't think they've been talking to people since they got back here?
They have a reputation.
Dude, fucking magic is back. Of course they're gonna say that they saw it, right?
Non-evil, non-rat base. I'm not saying they're not a sorcerer. I'm just saying non-evil, non-rat.
Homeopathic.
I'm not saying either. I'm just saying what's on the character sheet. If I get more reputations, I would love to.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think you're on track for that, and I don't think it is unreasonable for word to have spread that you know some magics.
Hey,
give me
that time.
Yeah, like this person could deny that it was these rats and stuff like that, right? Like this seems very reasonable, but that miasma of your reputation was still like
7 sessions from now.
Look,
I'll add rats to my character sheet. It's fine.
You have a local affiliation with the rat. No, but no one. I guess no one would know that. Yeah. Okay. You're fine.
That's.
Eric,
I mean, that's
all
my
I
point.
know
I don't
is-
want anyone to know.
Is if it was an Orlovsky House sorcerer, it wouldn't be rats. We all know they wouldn't be talking about rats if it was Orlovsky's house sorcerer.
That's so biased.
Thanks, MSNB Sam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's imitation. His ob. I think the ob here is probably. It should be pretty easy. I think 2.
2 or 3. 2.
Yeah,
2
2.
sounds good.
That's very
All right.
fair.
With fate, I might
The
be
consequences,
able
the failure of this would
to-
be okay
Ooh, who fucking cares about consequences?
when you roll like that. Yep. Cool.
I was literally watching episode 10 of Roleplay Blades, and they were like, Jeff does this thing where I'm about to say the consequences, and he just rolls a 6.
Basically. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's. Yeah. You're right. Would it be fair for him to like take a vacation? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
kind of like get out
I'm
of here.
just, yeah. I'm just like patting him on the back, and I'm like,
You're right. You're
go,
right.
go on vacation, young man.
An administrative leave would be is right.
Exactly. Tell
Yeah.
your guard captain I approved it. I'm a very important person.
Yeah.
His punishment is temporary suspension.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. For drinking on the guard. You're absolutely right. I should just get some from fresh air in the countryside. I should go stay with my folks. This is.
I hear the Gnarl Marshes are very nice. This
No,
time.
I'm not saying it's
You're not
all
saying-
Martians.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Great.
Do you want a
Yeah.
shapeshifter in the castle? Is that what you're? Is this?
Cool. Yep.
I would love to just front end all of my horrible hard things to do this session. Go talk to the queen now.
Well. Yeah. Okay.
No? Oh, we can cut to another scene if we need to.
Well. You get an urgent message.
Oh,
from,
boy.
Yeah, you get an urban message, an urgent message from I guess, did we say that you get messages from ravens? Is that an actual thing?
I mean, yeah, ravens,
Yeah.
swans. I mean,
Yeah.
we definitely confirm that
yeah,
swans.
Leveta gives you swans, like elegant, like RSVP formal things would be swans.
I mean, that's completely on point.
But no, this one is. Would your family send you a letter via swan, or if it's like an urgent priority message, would it just be a raven?
It would be a raven. I mean, swans are very short flight
Yeah.
birds.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. So
I don't listen, Eric. I don't ironically have Ronald keeping a giant pile of swans as messengers.
Well, this is a message. No, this is a message from your seat of power.
Right.
Okay.
I don't have County Swan keeping a giant pile of swans to send ironic messages on.
Okay.
I need to comment.
We
comment
use
that now-
owls and ravens and pigeons like normal people.
Now that we've established that swans are short flight birds, I'm imagining the Leveton missive from last session, like literally a servant with a basket with a swan in, walking until there's like 200 meters away from the castle and just.
No, remember the swans. The swans live in the city. Remember, they have that manor with a courtyard and stuff.
Yep.
Right, and the giant pond.
How long can swans fly?
Okay.
According to Google,
Asking me important questions. No, but seriously though, there's a high priority message that comes in.
Yeah.
And about that time when you get it, the queen comes around the corner.
Perfect.
What do you? The queen was like, "Oh, I was just expecting you." You know.
Perfect. I mean, I go
what do
talk
you
to
do?
her.
Cool. Okay.
Listen, my county is extremely important to me, but I also, oh God, actually, I don't know that you got all that. Wait,
I'm just gonna up
Did
this
you-
clock, by the way. Oh, I'm not, guys. I'm sorry. I have you on the wrong screen.
did you
My-
tell me
my
about
sorry-
your
sorry,
evil
fam.
sorcery plans yet, Mason?
No,
No.
I think I just glossed over this, but what I wanted to have happened last time, and I think I mentioned it, was I wanted to have, like, whoever you use for your regular messenger, like, whoever always comes to see me whenever you need shit done, I got that guy to come to me and be like, you need to go tell Swan that the queen is about to renegotiate the terms of our arrangement. And then...
Yeah,
that's
I don't know
what-
about that, but what I do know is the queen keeps talking about Abigail, and I was like, we need to put an end to that. That's
Yeah.
right. I wrote this belief before you did your weird tower bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
I'll go walking with the queen.
yeah. Cool. She wants to talk to you about Mason and your relationship with Mason.
Oh, that's wonderful, because that's the thing I definitely don't want to talk about.
Yeah. So
I'm just like,
She gives you first.
What?
She gives you first thing to talk about. Like she lets you. You know, it's like, so how are you? How are you? And like, you know, very formal and stuff like that.
Well, I've been fantastic.
It was a cold night. I could have used your company. You know, kind of thing.
I mean, come on, Eric. I feel like she did use my company. I'm just saying.
No, this is. I assume this is a couple days later.
All right.
That
they don't spend every
time
night together. That's fine.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I didn't know that was established.
I want to be very clear here. Swan is 31 years old. He needs an heir.
Okay.
Like now.
Okay. Never mind then. She doesn't say that. Of course.
Like now.
Okay. All right. She doesn't say that.
Yes.
All right.
I play this game like I play Pendergast, man, to fucking win.
Yeah. Okay. Let's forget I said that. Let's go. So what do you want to tell her?
While we're walking along, I want to have my book that Demetrius gave me, the like Abaddon Doctrine book, and I want to say something.
Bible.
Yeah,
the Extreme Teen.
Extreme Teen Bible.
I've heard of a saying from Sertovan lands that's impressed me quite a bit. A mind needs books as a sword needs a whetstone if it is to keep its edge.
She eyes you impatiently. Your point?
Abigail, I'm concerned about your fascination with her, if only because I do not wish to see it consume you. Would you be as a small shadow in Abigail's wake? Or would you rather stand as a pillar of white flame in opposition to her, equal in power? And I hand her the book.
Are you trying to get her to be convinced right now? Because if it is,
Yes,
and this is a good point to be the role.
absolutely.
I feel it is okay, because she does absolutely not. In fact, there's a lot riding on this because you're kind of being
Really,
patronizing.
Eric? There's a lot riding on me talking to the queen for yet another week.
Well,
Let me tell you, Eric.
Dude,
why don't we just have one time where I talk to her and she's like, "Do you want orange juice or cranberry juice?" And I'm like, "Why don't we both have cranberry juice?" And you're like, "Okay, roll for it. It's not a big deal."
Yeah, that's fair. Well, this right now,
I
It's
know
not how-
it's a big
listen,
deal, Eric.
That's not how talking to royalty works.
no. Well, it's just no. It's more than that though. This is like a relationship thing, and you're kind of telling her how to live her life.
I want to convince her
Right.
that living in the shadow of Abigail, this is my intent, living in the shadow of Abigail is nothing compared to being the opposite, to being her twin negative. Well, in this case, twin positive.
Well,
So it's not as much as you're telling her you need to straighten up your act. You're more like, think of all the virtue. Right?
Yeah,
Think of-
I want to be like, why hide behind Abigail when you can be fucking amazing over here? You know, here's darkness, you're light. And I'm not, I want to be clear, I'm not like, you must do this. I'm like, wouldn't it be better?
I know, and so this would be like. So what's your So are you not trying to intentionally try to get her to do this right now?
It's not that I want her to like instantly
just-
flip over to the side of goodness and light. It's that I want her to begin considering that maybe it might be better to give up this Chilaxian obsession
Okay.
and become I don't know, be the Vorlons rather than be the fucking Zerg people. The shadows.
Yeah, I think she just like throws the book into like a pond or something in the gardens that you're walking through.
Okay.
No! Mason jumps out of the tower and saves it.
It's like,
I honestly don't care about the book.
It's a book, you care.
That's I mean that's Demetrius's book.
I know, but he gave it to me.
That's a very rare book that she just threw in the water.
I mean, that's his fault.
You threw it in the water?
She did.
She did. I know.
She's like, I'm not dating you to be my life advisor, Count Swan. Yeah, it's barbed. She didn't say Ron.
I know.
Dating you because you're hot and rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Let
me be very clear. Like, I don't care about how sharp your mind is.
I just want to call back to last episode. We did have an agreement to form an alliance.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
She wants your money.
I know. But now I gotta bring this back. All right. My belief isn't about me being an advisor. It's about her showing like justice and compassion.
You know what? Know what she says? She says, you know what?
What is she?
Maybe I was. You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe I was a little hasty. Here, get that book out of the water.
I will absolutely have some like nearby attendant do it rather than do it myself. I will snap over like the pond boy.
The fucking pool boy with the net.
Little red Speedo.
Yeah. Lifeguard. All right. Someone gets you over it. It's got a piece of like seaweed on it. She says, "Look, I have something. I will consider whatever it is you want if there's something that you'll consider." And when she says consider, it's really actually like, it's an ultimatum.
Before she does that, I want to interrupt. Perhaps after you hear of the gift I have to offer you, I have secured the Leveton's allegiance to the Sertovan house. They wish to marry their daughter, Elena, to Demetrius.
Yeah, to Nickel. And she's like, oh, to Nickel. And like, you just, yeah. What?
To Demetrius.
That prude? Really? Like, her? Him?
I know. I know.
She's like, him?
I like take her by the waist and keep walking, and I'm like, it took a lot of convincing. Trust me. It was the most difficult battle of love that I have fought in my entire life.
That man keeps, yeah, it's like,
He wore the chain to the meeting. It was embarrassing, honestly. And yet, they did seem quite happy together. They walked together in the gardens. I believe they may have even touched each other.
She's like, this changes things.
It changes things for the better.
Yeah. Perhaps. We'll see. You know what will change things for the better? Your relationship with Mason. Listen,
I just start laughing.
I need
relationship.
I need to borrow them for the foreseeable future.
Borrow Mason.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm sure it won't be a problem.
You have
right?
a number of generals, so I can only assume you wish Mason for their philosophy skills. Then,
of course.
And look, what specific philosophy will Mason be performing for you?
She points to your book and just like, I gotta keep my mind sharp. As in, she is avoiding the topic.
Yeah, that's
she's
not
just basically Mason's gonna teach her literature and philosophy and stuff.
I mean, when I said philosophy, I was being clearly sarcastic.
I know, like, and she's being sarcastic back to you and deflecting the question.
Okay. What specific act of sorcery do you require from my general?
She's going to one, refuse to answer that, and two, she says, do not mention that again.
Don't you know, Swan? You don't ask sorcery of sorcerers.
Mason is a dangerous person. I intend to use them as far away from here as possible to keep you and the capital safe. The sooner Mason is away from here, the safer we will all be.
We don't see eye to eye on that.
That's true. Perhaps you'd like to explain your reasoning and I can explain mine.
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to drive this one in. I know you don't see me as an advisor, but I hope that one day you can come to that conclusion. I am a very smart man, and I have hired very smart people.
Know what she says to you? She gets in
You're
like
just
close
a pile of money and sex.
She gets close to you, right, and kind of whispers in your ear silently, and being like, "This." I'm trying to think of the best way of putting it. I know what I'm intending to say, but I'm trying to think of the devious way of saying it that she would say it. Basically, you can't get there until until Manning is out of the picture, right? Like until Manning's out of the picture, that won't happen.
Well, we happen to know a very good poisoner. Not a very good spy, but an excellent poisoner.
Right?
I take my advice only from those cunning and driven enough to step on to the top. Oh, no.
Manning is on the way out, my queen.
Really? It's news to me. That sellsword that they keep around.
The Raven.
Yes. He'll be a worthy adversary.
Will he now?
He and I think she like talks about like a story about some sword lords and stuff. He's like, and she kind of tells you a little bit about him, like a little bit of a backstory, how he was a sword lord. Then after the falling out and stuff, he went to Mivon, traveled to like Galt, traveled to even like to Teldin, stuff. And he's like kind of been everywhere and picked up a lot of like other skills, and he's been kind of involved in he's kind of like various other like minor special ops type things. He's been around a lot, and he's kind of basically like a CIA kind of insurrectionist type person. He's really good. Yeah,
he's played by Samuel L. Jackson with an eye patch.
Yeah, he's Nick Fury.
I want to take the now wet Abadaran Holy Book and hand it to her again. It seems that I must go and once more secure further alliances for your house. However, I very much hope that you will take an opportunity to look over this book.
So you're going to persuade her to look over this book.
But allow me to further speechify, because I just want to dig this hole deeper. Your power and perception from the public do not need to come from fear or whatever Abigail has. You should be your own person and have your own power. And this might help you. My intent on this role isn't so much to get her to read the book, but once more to begin reconsidering that Abigail might not be the best role model, and that being the power in opposition to her.
That's really difficult because she
in game mechanical terms. In game mechanical terms, what I'm hearing you say is instead of going for the high up, change her mind right here and right now, or maybe over the course of a set of time, but based on one roll, you want to make a clock and advance it by a tick?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Get her to at least consider it. So this will probably be... I mean, you were talking a lot.
I mean, it's going to be the exact opposite of be like Abigail.
Well, she's like...
It's going to be called Be Yourself.
Are you not opposing her about taking over Mason?
Oh, boy. Did we finish that conversation?
Not
no,
really.
It trailed off.
I am going to post her on that for sure.
Okay, let's handle that
Should we
first.
make it 2 different rolls, probably?
Let's do a persuasion. Let's do a versus test.
Versus persuasion?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I continuously called Mason my general, so I'd love to fork command into that. I'm talking to a noble and a lord, so I'd love to fork those as well.
Fun.
And haggling.
So, I don't say haggling.
Okay.
Unless you offer something in return.
That's true. That's true. I am getting something for nothing.
So let's see. Persuasion, noble, wise.
All right. Let me ask right here. Am I
falsehood.
going to be making both rolls? But it's going to be 2 persuasion rolls for 2 different things, right?
No, we're doing a versus test.
Oh, it's versus for all the beans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have to duel of wits this.
I'm okay with versus for all the beans right here. I want to Ariesta my persuasion.
Ooh.
Wow.
I want to
Huge.
gray shade it for this one. And then I want to use my last 2 persona on it as well.
Let me mention something. Unless you're doing the Aristeas specifically to just spend a ton of fate, if you're doing it for one roll, it's always better to just spend the deed. If you're doing it for a scene and you think it's going to be multiple rolls, it's better to gray shade. But if it's just one roll, it's always better to just spend the deed to reroll.
You think so?
Yes, just statistics. Because doubling the dice is a bigger swing statistically than gray shading.
All right. I'll do that, and then I'll put 3 persuasion into it.
So if you're gonna deeds this out, I would advise you to really trick out your intent, because if you deeds out a vague intent here, you're spending a powerful resource for nothing at all.
Is gray shading the equivalent of like 1 die or like 2 dice? Basically, the equivalent of like 1 extra additional success.
2 dice. About.
Yeah, it's 2 dice. Yeah.
The effectiveness of gray shading is it escalates with the amount of dice you have.
True. Okay. So let's see. Persuasion, noble, wise, manipulation. So I got 7.
The big thing is like Aristeas is really valuable on like a duel of wits or like a fight where it's like I'm going to be rolling persuasion over and over and over.
Right. I understand. That's what I wanted to use it for, but we're not dual witzing. All right, so I'm just deedsing. That's going to give me 15 dice. So I guess I should have a really clear-cut intent. My intent is for the queen to see me as a equal and advisor. Right? That sounds like a really good one. That kind of wraps up all the other sub-things that I want.
Yeah.
I want the queen to recognize that when I'm saying things, it's not just because I have a cute butt, but that I have sharp political acumen.
Yeah. And she wants you to kind of know your place and know that she knows what's best for herself.
Okay.
She runs shit, you just make money.
You should also, I would at least advise that you tie into your intent resolution to the things that are up in the air right now. The Mason question, the Abigail question, touch on as much of that as is.
I didn't think I could fork all those things. I specifically made mine about just one thing, so there wouldn't be a lot of little things. Okay, my intent is for her to see me as a equal political advisor, and that the decisions I'm making on these
should we do a series of persuasion tests over the different stakes?
I mean, that sounds like duel of wits.
So in my opinion, doing a series of tests is basically just like taking too long to do it, right? You could do it with 10 tests, but you could also just do it with 1. Yeah. And instead of do it, I would advise we do it with 1, and then take the working carefully advantage die to represent you having this like as a series of conversations over the span of a couple of days.
Okay. I'm good with that. So that's 4. I'm gonna write this intent out. Let's see here. Intent is...
Ugh. God damn, I got 3 successes.
Show the queen that I am an equal, an advisor, and that the decisions I have made on the topics we are discussing are wise and well thought out. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
All right, because I would really love for her to not be evil.
I bet.
It'd be great. I'm trying to just minimize the amount of evil in this campaign. Mason joined and it got real weird.
You're trying to like convince Cersei to change her nature, right?
I know. I'm trying to do that.
I know. Okay. Like we understand what's going on. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I'm looking to beat a 3.
So you what's
Yeah, you got to be a 3 man.
My ob is 3.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gonna fail. Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You have 1-6. You have 1-6, dude. You have 1-6.
Fuck!
Oh my god. Oh my god! You just got it.
Fucking son of a bitch!
Whew!
Wow.
Son of a bitch! All right,
That's
That's amazing.
the vagary of the dice right there.
Oh, you did double it. Okay.
No, this is important. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna spend fate as well. Let me see what happens.
motherfucker spinning fate as well.
No. Okay. There you go. You got
The
it.
dice have spoken, Eric.
The dice have spoken. Well
So
done.
good, AP.
I mean, that's 10. Okay, so
All
that's
right.
a routine that does shit for me.
So that means.
Oh wait, is that a difficult?
Look at the handout.
That's a very routine test.
So
Is it 10 versus 8?
D6.
Shit.
Okay, so that wasn't that good. All right.
So good.
So you bound her to consider you more than
Yes.
that, and I think when you really get her is like more power. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Yeah, let me hear it out. More power. Okay.
Take your intent that you wrote out and drop it into the chat.
Yeah, could you? And
10 versus 8 is a difficult. Perfect.
nice.
Boom.
Yes, the dice wants one to go.
All right.
Nice. Good work. Okay. So let's start.
Eric, that was a shitty roll. I cannot
I know.
fucking believe how shitty that roll was.
AP, it is a routine test because it's against odd 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was against the number of dice she rolled.
Yeah.
No.
So do you want to look at
Still,
that?
mark a fate on your persuasion, man. That's not a fate, a deed. And a fate.
What?
You mark
yeah,
a deed
yeah.
point and a fate point to your persuasion.
Yep.
3 more of them.
Do you want to go ahead and talk about what's on that letter?
I mean, yeah, I'd love to open the letter when I'm walking away.
Yeah.
I suspect, given what you said, that maybe it's a duel challenge from the Raven, but that might have just been a weird implication.
No, that's a weird implication. No,
Okay.
This isn't related. This is an urgent message from what's the name of your Swan's seat of power? Castle.
County Swan.
Is that the name
Oh,
of the,
I don't.
the
I don't
castle?
have I don't even have a castle. I just have a big fucking mansion with a estate with a bunch of households.
Oh, that's
The
even
Swan
more. Then I'm really
Estate.
sorry to hear this, man. Then yeah, it's currently under siege
That's
By
not even
who?
a siege. That's
by
called being
occupied.
sacked.
Yeah, it's being it's sacked by It just says like it was sacked and that they're moving.
I mean, is this the Manning revenge clock being filled?
No, this is 2 out of 4 of it.
How much worse do you get than attacking an allied house?
It's not them.
What?
It doesn't. It says bandits. Like it's like they don't.
I mean, you said it was Manning. But yeah, okay.
Oh.
If it's bandits attacking,
us as players know
all right.
that
I understand
that
now.
Manning's ordered this by neutral people.
Also,
Okay.
most likely Swan would know too.
Yeah, right. Or maybe it was Olovsky. Like you don't know, but like obvious. But then someone attacked your castle. Castle.
Cool. Yeah.
Right. So us as players know that that's what's going on, the intrigue. You do not. I mean, you probably have a hunch of that, but in order to prove that, you will have to do some stuff for it, right? So I want to pitch that out, and so if you want to do investigation, intrigue, talking to people to figure out, get them to like confess and stuff like that. That's the direction you need to go.
Okay. All right. Do we want to cut to somebody else while I think of a great way
Yeah. For sure.
to make Swan great again?
Yeah. That sounds good. All right.
So, do we want to do church politics today, or
Yeah, I definitely want to do church politics, but we're also at the top of the hour. So
Okay, yeah, we
sorry
can
that
just
scene
take a
took so
break.
long, fellas, but that was good.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, so we'll come back and we'll do church politicking and obviously some research investigations of the North Tower as well today. So those things are on the agenda today for sure. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.